Sometimes, though, to be cast as a lone predatory wolf is not such a good thing. Michael Levy, former president of Silver Pictures, could have used mob protection in a big way. 1993, he managed to settle out of court the same-sex sexual misconduct suit brought on by a young screenwriter, Wayne Mogilevsky. Mogilevsky charged that Levy forced him to spend the night in his hotel room, made him watch a porno film, and asked him how much he charged to perform the acts in the film with him. According to Levy's attorney, Levy did ask Mogilevsky to his hotel room, but only for business purposes. Since then, Levy left Silver Pictures and the studio Warner Brothers, giving the usual unrelated reasons. Where is he now? Can't get a job, says one film executive. Calling people I know for jobs. He's finished. And the list goes on and on. There's J. Michael Bloom, top talent agent out of New York, once responsible for the brothers Baldwin, about whom the screenwriter comments, I know his MO. You do this, you can be a star. You don't do this, I'm not handling you. What it comes down to is this. If he's selling talent that's good, nobody cares what he does with them. Sound like traditional casting couch stuff? Actors sleeping with agents and managers and producers in exchange for a juicy role. A good part, any part, has all the makings of an old story, only one with a slightly updated angle. There's more than that. If Gallin and Diller want to deny the existence of a gay mafia, they can think of it as a pink curtain. Behind that curtain is a power so far-reaching. And there's a sidebar. LAPD, we don't want to touch Geffen. Deep in the heart of Southern California resides one David Forrest, a male pimp, on par with Heidi Fleiss in terms of rich and famous clientele. With undercover help from Paul Baresi, a former active porn star, LA police busted Forrest on charges of running a male prostitution ring, one whose services had been procured by David Geffen himself. Baresi began work as an actor, appearing with Raquel Welch in The Wild Party. As a personal trainer, he was Geffen's for a short time. But a request to pose nude for a playgirl waylaid him into pornography. Now a self-styled informant investigator, Baresi assisted private investigator Anthony Pellicano during the Michael Jackson case, and has performed similar duties for both the FBI and the LAPD Vice Squad. Despite Forrest's arrest in November 1993, Brad's Buddies, the escort service he operates out of his home on Hollywood Boulevard, is still in business. Defense attorney Anthony Brooklier, who also defended Fleiss, has succeeded delaying the trial for a year and a half. Forrest's computerized client list was obtained during a police search. Detective Keith Haight, H-A-I-G-H-T, when asked during a preliminary hearing if he had reviewed the contents of that list, said, "Viewed a lot of it, I don't know. Don't think I've reviewed all of it yet, I've seen most of it." But after meeting with Detective Haight himself, Baresi told Spy, according to Haight, David Geffen's name was at the top of the list. Would Geffen's name be used as evidence during the trial? No, absolutely not, Baresi says. Detective Haight's words to me were, quote-unquote, "You don't want to touch Geffen." So back to the pink curtain. Its power is mind-boggling. Does being straight get in the way? Is there a heterosexual glass ceiling? Probably not. Well, entry into the gay mafia equals entry into a very exclusive and powerful enclave. One who does not share their similar sexual appetites and tastes would necessarily be considered an outsider. Still, the consensus is, if you're gay and closeted in Hollywood, it might be best to stay that way. Most would agree that it wouldn't be beneficial even for the most powerful individuals like Diller to come out of their much speculated closets. That attitude is fostered not only at the individual level but at the institutional level as well. Which brings us to Disney. Does anyone doubt the existence of a gay influence here? As an ex-Disney executive reports, 5 top creative executives, not to mention a host of underlings, are all gay, including Donald D. Lyne, president of production, Tom Shoemaker, vice president of feature animation, and Lauren Lloyd, vice president of production. And yet, while Mike Eisner primps and poses with the Mighty Ducks mascot at any given photo op, members of League, Lesbian and Gay United employees, are permitted to be photographed with Disney logos for outside press. Nor does Disney grant domestic partnership rights to its employees. Fact is, despite all that gay power concentrated at the top, Disney still has its wholesome image to maintain. Says another Disney source. Disney is the ironic joke of the whole thing. There's a whole level of deception there, and I think they work very hard to maintain that level of deception. Ultimately, there's also a connection that perhaps a little frightening to those who don't share it. It's a closeness that straight males in Hollywood see gay men having and can't even begin to enter themselves, the film executive explains. The male heterosexual perception that these guys have a club that's tighter than anything heterosexual players have. It's a club in which, almost through osmosis, you sleep with someone one night and find yourself with a new office the next. But don't misunderstand it. If one of them fucks another, they're going to get fucked in return. The way Sandy Gallin retaliated against Brian Lord for stealing his boyfriend. The way David Geffen shuts out a former ally while securing a job for his lover. As the screenwriter says, these people you're writing about have the power to make a call and say don't ever hire him. Gay pride in the industry, red ribbons, that's such crap. They only do things because it's a good career move. The question is, when won't it be a good career move? When will the alliances that have been built on sexual orientation cease to be meaningful? These men probably have already thought of that. They wouldn't want to abuse their power too much, lest it become worthless, or too little. Then, the exclusive club would have many more members, and nobody wants that. Gay Mafia, what gay Mafia?